So there's a new method to make Cursor 10 times more powerful, significantly more efficient, and cheaper to build your apps without running into infinite bugs or AI loops. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a full working Linktree app inside Cursor. But this time we're doing it with a twist. We're using Claude Code to build the app for us. This is a terminal-based code editor, much the same as Cursor, but you get the full advantage of Claude, Claude 4 Opus, and Claude 4 Sonnet, which is significantly better at coding, and you get a lot more for your money. So to get it started, all we need to do is run Claude inside our terminal, and what it's going to do is just open up this section here, which is essentially just a chatbot. So we already have an app ready to go. We actually started to build this in our previous video by duplicating the CodeSpring boilerplate. The link for that is down below in the description if you'd like to grab a subscription. So we're going to get started with planning out our project. So we're going to call this a Linktree app. I described a little bit about what this is going to do. It's going to allow users to create a personalized landing page for all of their important links, and then I've just listed out some of the basic features of this app. Now we're going to go ahead and choose our starter template, and I recommend all of you use the CodeSpring starter template. This is basically a template that's got user account set up, payments already integrated, database already linked, and security baked in, which basically means you don't need to worry about any of that stuff. You can just build your features on top of it, and that is exactly what this is already built on top of. You can see down here we've already got myself logged in, the database is already linked, it's ready to go. So what we're going to do is just click on Generate with AI, and CodeSpring is now going to read through this code base that we've currently got. It's going to understand how it's all set up, the tech that's needed, and it's going to describe exactly how to build our feature on top of it. So we're just going to wait for this to get done. So my microphone stopped working, so I'm just going to narrate this bit. What's happened here is CodeSpring's now planned out and mind mapped our entire idea, and it's figured out the tech stack for the CodeSpring boilerplate. Now, if you wanted to change this tech stack for whatever you want to do, you could just go ahead and edit it and swap things out and customize this tech stack for whatever it is you're used to building with. Then it's gone ahead and it's created a list of all of the different features. One of the really cool things with CodeSpring is it's essentially as if Miro, ChatGPT, and Cursor had a baby. You can now completely plan out visually how your app goes together. The AI figures out things like the user journey and workflows for each of your features. You don't really have to do much planning here. Now, if you want to, like I've just done here, you can come in and add additional context and details to the features that you are trying to build. Again, the AI will do this with each of your individual features. Once we've done that, all we need to do is click on this button here to generate a requirement doc for each of the features. If you don't know what a requirement doc is, essentially it's a detailed piece of documentation that we give to the AI to code our app. So instead of writing 50 prompts to code a feature, we just upload some documentation, and then it will have all the instructions on how to actually build, which is really cool. So we can just do this with one click, and we can do this for each of our features, one after the other. And this saves us a huge amount of time and also a huge amount of tokens when we're coding. Why is this different to using something like Claude to create our requirement docs for us? Typically, somebody would go into Claude and say, design me this app, give them a list of features, and then get Claude to go ahead and create a detailed technical prompt on how to build their app. At this point, most people would just copy this, paste it directly into Cursor or Claude Code and get it to build for us. The problem with this is it doesn't have any technical understanding of the rest of our build, which CodeSpring does. It knows about the boilerplate, it knows the tech, and you can see it's creating requirement docs based off those individual features, trained off each of the notes that we've made with full context of the tech that's needed for this whole app. So there's no guesswork. We know it's not going to be hallucinating, and we know it's going to be incredibly focused and targeted to what we're trying to build. So what we're going to do now is just download each of these requirement docs. We're going to create a new folder in our account called CodeSpring and then Linktree, because that's the feature we're building. We're going to drag those documents, paste them directly into that folder, and now Cursor and Claude Code has all the information that it needs on how to build these individual features. We don't even need to write any prompts on how to build it. So all we need to do now is write out a prompt and tell Claude Code to start building these features, tagging the individual requirement docs for the features we want. What we've done so far is we've just let Claude Code go off and start to build these features for us. Very simply, it's created a to-do list on what features it needs to build based on the documentation that we gave it, all created inside CodeSpring. So you can see here, if we actually zoom in and look at the initial prompt, I've said I want an admin area to be on the left, I want the live preview to be on the right of it, and then I've given it the documentation that I need for that to be built. It's a very, very simple prompt. We don't really have to explain all I've done is written about 4 or 5 lines explaining what I want it to be built. So at this stage, we're building about 3 or 4 different features with literally just 4 lines. And then it's just going through and implementing all of the features, but it's basically just doing it a lot more on autopilot. You can see here it's already started to build the admin area component. It's actually gone ahead and created the databases as well, which for the sake of this video, we're just going to skip this. So this may cause problems for us in a minute because we're just not actually going to bother with this. But if we did want databases, it's already coded that stuff for us. And again, the reason it's done that is because databases have already been set up and linked inside the CodeSpring template. So it makes it really easy to build databases. Cool, so it looks like it's gone ahead and built everything we need. So we can see here, let's see if we can add some links. So we'll try and add CodeSpring, go on add link. And at the moment, that's not actually showing up in the right-hand side. So what we're gonna do is tag that file, and we're gonna go for the link management file and the live preview file. And we're just gonna explain the bug that we're running into. So all I've done is I've said, look, in this PRD that describes the link management and also the live preview part of our app, when I add a link to the admin area like this and I click add link, it's not showing up in the live preview on the right hand side. Now you can see it's also created us this preview URL. Again, we're going to need to fix that. We haven't actually told the AI to build this stuff yet, but it's thinking a little bit ahead. It says linktree.com/our user ID. So we probably want to change this in a minute. Also, what I've said here is we're not actually using a database, so we're going to need some sort of temporary data to store this stuff. What we would probably do is we would have all of this Linktree stuff, all of the links that we're creating, somewhere stored in a database. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and build a simple solution. We're going to add a link, and you can see here we've got a new link. That looks really cool. We've got codespring.app. We can add that, and I think we should be able to move them. So we have CodeSpring at the top. If we click it, it actually takes us to that link. So we're actually building out our own link tree. So let's just come into the theme and customize it a little bit. Let's just create the button color. I'm going to go for like a soft blue color, something like that. That looks really cool. Now what we're going to do is actually just take a screenshot of the link preview page, and we're just going to come back into Claude Code. Claude Code will figure out where those files are to help us finish building the app for us. And then finally, let's work on the public page. So just to walk you through this prompt here, all we've done is we have taken a screenshot of this area and we're just saying, please can we improve this design a little bit? What we can do is just let Claude Code read that file. And then we're also saying, cool, let's go ahead and build the public page preview. Now, at the moment, we haven't got a database built, okay? So what we're going to try and do is tell Claude Code to figure out a way of creating a live preview so we can actually visit this link here, for example. Obviously, it will be something like localhost, right? But visit that link so we can actually see these things in a separate browser that we would eventually be able to add to our Instagram or TikTok bio, for example. Now, if you would like more information on how to build apps and you would like to learn more, if you grab a CodeSpring subscription, the link is down below. It's currently £29 per month. You can get access to a whole suite of tools to help you build your apps faster, but we have the CodeSpring Academy, and my favorite is Module 4, showing you how to build your very first app from start to finish without writing a single line of code. It's essentially what I'm going through in this video here, just using Cursor, and it goes into a lot more detail. The more context you put inside CodeSpring, the better the output is going to be. It's going to show you how to set up things like user accounts and databases, also integrating things like GitHub so you never lose any progress, and then actually deploying your app. We're going to talk through some really cool advice on how to make really nice UI and styling inside your app. So that's a really useful course. We've got loads of other courses as well showing you literally everything you would need, what are the different tools you need, what are the different things you need to install onto your computer to get this working, how to understand Cursor and read through like basically what Cursor does. And then obviously you can plan out and build as many projects, which is going to integrate CodeSpring directly into Cursor, which means instead of us having to drag these files in here, we could literally just plan out the app that we're building inside CodeSpring, and then Claude Code or Cursor would be able to just read the information from here, pull it directly into the chat, and then when you make changes or updates, those will be reflected inside CodeSpring. Wow, so it looks like it's doing a really good job of improving the UI. It's given us a nice little phone preview section here. We can still add our links, and what it's currently doing right now is actually working on adding the ability to upload some sort of image area. Okay, this is really coming together now. We have the ability to add links, build our profile, so we can put a display name. So I'm just going to put my name in here, a bio, so Vibe Coder. We probably want to be able to change the font, so let's just get Claude working on that now. So let's add the ability to change fonts. We can view a public page. Let's see if this works. Okay, cool. So it shows us this page here, but at the moment it's not saving the data. Now, the reason for this is probably most likely down to the fact that we haven't got a database built yet. So let's just add some links. We're going to do CodeSpring. So we've added that one. I'm just going to add my other softwares as well. Awesome. So we've gone ahead and we've created our different links. We can go ahead and rearrange the order of them. I'm going to come into the profile here. Let's see if we can upload an image. So I'm just going to upload the CodeSpring logo, and we're going to save the profile. Now, at the moment, the saving isn't working. Okay, so we've got a limit on the file font size we can upload. We can change the theme. So let's just change the background color to a, I don't know, let's go for a gray color. Button color, I'm going to go for sort of like a purple color, like that. That's really cool. Now, font family, it says we can change the font. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, it does work. Cool. So we can actually change the font as well. That's really cool. And then we can save the theme as well. And obviously, you know, as you're building these things, you want to get to the point where you get used to building databases. And that's part of the reason why inside the CodeSpring Academy, inside Module 4, we spend a lot of time explaining how to actually set up and link a database. Now, the code has already been created for us because we're using CodeSpring. It's already created the database schema for us. So we actually have the link tree schema, so we can save all of that stuff to the database. We just haven't actually pushed it to a database yet. So we're not actually able to save stuff to a database, but let's see what happens when we view the public page. Yeah, so that's not working. Now, realistically, right, we want to integrate a database of some sort. But for the moment, I think it's probably not a super big deal. You can see that we can start to build apps pretty quickly. We can click different links, and this is just a really cool way of integrating and building out some sort of app. Now, if you want to see a video on databases and how we link all that stuff and get it set up, then let us know down below in the comments. We will film a video on it. It's not super complicated. It's actually pretty easy to do. It's literally just, we have to run 2 commands in the terminal and it will all be set up and working for us. So far, we have built a full Linktree app without really writing any prompts, planning the entire thing using CodeSpring Planner. We've created requirement docs for each of those features. We've given them directly to the AI, and it's gone ahead and built all of those features for us without us needing to really do any of the work, which is incredibly cool. So if you guys would like to see any more videos like this, please give us a like, drop us a follow. If you'd like to grab a CodeSpring subscription, the link is down below in the description. Currently, it's £29 a month. If you have any more questions or video ideas, let us know in the comments.